The 1440p VRR update for the PlayStation 5 has just been released, and today we're going to be testing it out on the LG OLED 27GR95QE. We'll go from install to the actual 1440p VRR test to see if it passes on this OLED. I'll also show you the differences between Vivid and Gamer 1 and 2, as on Vivid, this amazing OLED monitor can reach up to 400 nits in SDR power. All this coming up on Viktors Reality. So I just booted up my PlayStation 5, friends, on the LG 27GR95QE OLED gaming monitor. And the main features of this system software, as the 1440p video output has been expanded on the PlayStation 5, introducing now VRR support. Also, more modes and HDMI devices are now supported. There's a lot more software upgrades in this update, but today we'll be focusing on the monitor with this display output. So let's go ahead and install and update my PlayStation 5. I do have a fast internet speed, so this is pretty fast. And while I have you here, and if you have this awesome monitor, sooner rather than later, I would recommend you buying a spare battery for your controller, the CR2025, as when I actually got this monitor in mid-January, before the making of this video, my controller actually died. It didn't want to work anymore, and I thought I had a defective controller. So what I did was I hopped on Amazon, ordered the Energizer CR2025. They're pretty cheap, and lo and behold, I just switched out the batteries, and now my controller works. So it looks like the batteries shipped by LG don't have a charge or are older batteries, and they're very weak. So I would suggest you buying a battery as soon as possible, because then you would not be able to change the options on the menu, as you need the controller for that to work. So it goes to show that we need an actual nub or joystick on the monitor itself to avoid situations like this. If you can't find that remote, or if it breaks, you're really stuck in a bind. I hope future monitors don't make this same mistake. So please, friends, so you don't freak out like I did, order that battery as soon as possible. I'll have a link in the description of the battery I bought, and it works perfectly. Now the PlayStation 5 just updated, so let's see the differences. We are greeted with this blue box that states 1440p output has been expanded on the PlayStation 5, and now supports more modes. Test it to see which modes are supported by your HDMI device. So let me pull up the monitor menu. We do have VRR enabled on the actual monitor, as that's the only way you'll be able to test. So you see, if you don't have that battery on that controller, or your controller's not working, or you can't access it, there is no way for you to do this test because you cannot enable VRR in the monitor menu without that controller. So anyway, let's make sure that VRR is on, or on automatic, on the actual PlayStation 5. Let's just apply to all unsupported games. This is the actual test. As you can see, in the next screen, tests will be run for 1440p output. With your HDMI device, you'll test for the following settings in this order. If the setting isn't supported, the screen will go blank, and the previous setting will be restored after 15 seconds. So we're seeing 60Hz in SDR and HDR, 120Hz in HDR, and VRR support. So let's go ahead and select OK to see if this OLED monitor passes the test, which it shouldn't have any issues, right? This is the latest and greatest monitor, new for 2023. OLED technology, finally, in a 27-inch form factor. So 60Hz passes in SDR and now in HDR. This is 120Hz HDR, no problems, everything is showing. Remember, if it doesn't work, we would see a blank screen. Here's VRR support at 60Hz, no problems whatsoever, and now up to 120Hz. There is no issues. So it says the test has been completed. Your HDMI device supports 1440p on these video output settings. 60Hz, 120Hz, SDR, HDR, and VRR, SDR and HDR, 48Hz up to 120. And just so you're aware, I do have this at 4K 60Hz as I've been testing a variety of systems. So let me go ahead and actually change it to 1440p so the following gameplay will be in this resolution. And let me go back to video output information so you can see 1440p 60Hz, HDR, and now VRR is supported. There's a long list of new upgrades with this update, so check it out at theplaystationblog.com. From PlayStation VR 2 to how you set up your game library, there's really a lot of stuff in this new update. So we're going to be trying out Ghostwire Tokyo with different presets. Here I want to show you Gamer 1 and Gamer 2. Look at that little brightness increase, but look when we go to Vivid, the brightness does open up. And like I've said before, friends, this is one of the pickiest monitors I have ever used. A Little Snowman's review has this close to 400 nits with the Vivid preset in SDR mode, and it hovers around 206 nits in Gamer 1 or Gamer 2. But if you select the contrast to above 70 to 80, the brightness is increased, but a drastic ABL kicks in. It's more than 206 to 210 nits. I would say 250 to 300. So this is Gamer 2. The reason why on 2 is I've been testing 1 and 2 with different features, with different options. DAS mode, low input lag mode, is still on, and VRR is on. Here we're going to walk down this alley and we're going to circle back in vivid mode so you can see the differences. I also will have a side-by-side in a little bit to actually see that actual brightness uptick. Now what we're seeing here, everything looks crisp, it's beautiful. Everything is deep, and that's the main thing with OLED technology. You get that deep picture that no other technology can give you. But again, brightness is very important, as you want to see the difference between white and black, light and dark. You get what I'm saying. And right now I have a light bar on my desk, and it's at 70% brightness. So this is really a worst case scenario. I technically really wouldn't play this way. I'd lower it to about 20 to 30 brightness. As with this OLED technology, you want to experience it the best way possible. And again, friends, yes, you do have to have a low ambient lit room or in a dark room to truly enjoy it and get the most out of it, if you know what I mean. We're on Gamer 2. Look what happens when we go to Vivid. Look at that brightness upkick. Let's go back to Gamer 2. Again, Gamer 1, I was just testing out some things, but what happens when we go back to Vivid? There's many options here for you to test for yourself. These are the modes I use. On Vivid, it just opens up a truly amazing picture. My eyes can easily see this is about 400 nits. And when you combine that with OLED technology, it's the best picture on the market today. The only problem, friends, like I said before, on the 25 to 50% window, this is what you'd be seeing. Unfortunately, not all our games are played this way. We usually play at a 50 to 75% window, even higher sometimes. And that's the weakness of OLED technology. What you're seeing here, no monitor can beat. That's in a 16:9 aspect ratio. There is no blooming. Everything is so crisp and so clear. Look how beautiful this picture is. I'll say it again. No monitor can beat what you're seeing here right now with the amazing visuals that OLED brings to the table, but only at a 10, 25 to 50% window. Anything higher and the ABL kicks in, it doesn't get that bright. And like I said, then you can't really truly see that impact of light and dark. And that's the impact. The higher the whites, the higher the brightness, the bigger the impact. Look at this street. Everything is just amazing. And you know what, friends? I just recently tested the Samsung Odyssey 32-inch G70B. You can see my video in the playlist. I'll tell you for a fact, just by panning and moving around, yes, this is clearer than that IPS technology. It's really cool to see these things. When you hop from one monitor to another and you see the actual differences, OLED technology does reign supreme. And you can't go wrong if you want that clarity. And like I've always said, this is the clearest monitor I have ever seen. And yes, I would say I love this monitor more than the Odyssey G70B. And you guys know me, I love my Odyssey monitors. But I gotta give credit where it's due. This is an amazing monitor if you can keep it at around a 50% window, like this. Or 50% window really means 50% of the pixels lit up. So here looking at a side-by-side, Gamer 2 on the left and Vivid on the right, you can easily see, friends, OLED technology can really shine through if LG can actually get this to be a little bit brighter. Here's hoping that the 4K editions in the future will actually be a little bit brighter. This monitor does have MLA technology, the micro lenses. So imagine if it didn't include that, we'd be looking at a way dimmer picture. So friends, there you have it. The 1440p VRR update on the PlayStation 5 works perfectly with the LG 27GR95QE, and I showed you the differences between Vivid and Gamer 1 and 2. That brightness increase in Vivid mode really does make this picture stand out versus the competition because of that OLED technology. So friends, if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button so more people can see it to help them make that awesome buying decision. Consider subscribing if you want more information on this amazing LG OLED 27GR95QE OLED 1440p 240Hz gaming monitor among my wider range of monitors I have here on the channel. Thanks for watching, friends. Stay safe out there. I'll see you guys next time.